Yo, 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 what's up, people? So this is the second time I'm doing a video for Ultimus 7 node, and today we are doing the Scalpel. Scalpel. So we're gonna do this, and yet again, I was not able to two-shot this node. But as you will see at the end of the second shot, my team is still up and fucking running and is ready to keep on trucking for the next goddamn node. Now, I can tell you that I did, after not two-shotting this, I did go and I spent 50 cores to buy energy to finish it because it is a lot of points. And fuck it, I'm so close. My team is alive. Why the fuck not? Keep going, right? It's a lot of points for the alliance. And yeah, it's definitely worth it. So, as you can see, same team as last node, kicking it. It's Ultron Angels, and you're gonna forgive me for the misplays, as I'm still learning exactly what to do with this goddamn team. But as you will see, this team is just sustaining the fuck out of everything here, and the buffs just keep flowing. So yeah, I got shit ton of buffs because Shuri is just insane, and basically Scientist Supreme is insane. They're all insane. They're all really good. I mean, check this shit out. Now, sure, I do mistakes and hit skills that I shouldn't, and times that I should not, but this team is actually kind of fucking crazy. Yeah, definitely. The only problem is time. Time is a very hard mistress. And yeah. But besides that, this team can just handle basically almost anything if you give it enough time. It just self-sustains the fuck out of everything that you throw at it. But yeah, so like almost halfway through, and we took out one person. But yeah, it really depends on who's on the field and their skills and kits and shit. Because Hand Sentry is a bitch and a half. I can tell you that. It's a bitch and a half. But it is what it is. There's really nothing you can do about that. So some nodes are just gonna start slower than other nodes. If they have a Hand Sentry, then yeah, it's gonna be slower. If you don't manage to kill him on the first go, but only maybe maybe like an attack team can do that, but then an attack team will just get murdered maybe 2 turns afterwards. So yeah, better go for sustain, guys. Especially now. You know what? Maybe in 2 months we'll have all kind of different boosts and shit. And who the fuck knows what we'll have in a couple of months, right? So obviously the meta for Ultimus 7 raid is gonna change as well as the meta of the game. But right now, I think this is one hell of a sustained team, and it does the work very well. Sure. Also depends on RNG. These fights could have gone way better than they went. Sure, some is misplaced, some is RNG, but I can assure you this team just steamrolls basically anything. And I wish, obviously, I had more red stars on basically anything other than 3 stars. But it is what it is. I'm just not very lucky with red stars, unfortunately. But regardless of that, this team just works very, very well. Very, very well. And not many, well, maybe a few T4s. I got 1T4 on Scientist Supreme Special. I got Shuri passive and ultimate. Yes, passive and ultimate. And I got Invisible Woman, basically all three. Yeah, special. I went for ultimate, and I took passive as well because she is the goddamn beast. And I hear a lot of hate on her right now, but yeah, she is a beast, and this team is good. Sure, you can someone for Thanos to give her more energy, but I think she does very well. She does very well, and it is okay if your team goes under 50%, because then the magic happens. You almost want your team to go below. I think is it 50 or is it like 75? I'm not even sure. Because then you have the deflects from Shuri. So once you have the deflects, you're gonna have a good time because you have basically what's his face? Ultron. And he can do miracles with insane amount of buffs. So once you get your crazy buffs up, then shit hits the fan, and you go insane on Node and stay alive through the whole thing. And I think I've used maybe Minerva's Revive. I think maybe once, maybe twice per raid, like because. It's really good to have it, if RNG hits you straight in the head. But, it's still very good. And we are very, very reserved here with our use of deadly weapons, a.k.a. Minerva's ult. But I could use it way more offensively as I did, and still will be fine because this team barely goes under 50%. And when he does, you have all the reflects of Shuri. Even when she's stunned, as you can see, she still got deflects or whatever the fuck they call it, deflects on her. So damn, yeah, definitely a very good team. Sadly, kind of slow right now. I'm sure with all different buffs and levels and whatnot, sure they will be faster. But I'm more concerned right now for keeping shit alive and not using heals than energy, because I'd rather pay for 50 energy per raid to get like one more fight. And that's not that much, right? Am I imagining it, or that's like nothing for like to pay 50 cores a day basically, and it is not that crazy. And you do that only when you have like bad RNG, and as you can see, I'm barely finishing them, or like there's like 3 tunes left there, standing, and like low priority tunes, so nothing like crazy. So definitely instead of spending like 200 heals or even cores to heal someone who died, and that just sucks, right? It just sucks. So you get him back, and then you can keep on going, but then you keep on healing people if the sustain is not enough for the nodes. So definitely I'm going for sustain. It is the way to go basically in raids. You need sustain in raids. That's the whole fucking thing. You don't want to have different teams for different nodes. No, that's insane. You want to have this crazy sustained team that can just go and truck through basically every node with the minimum amount of heals possible. That's what you want in raids. And I've always believed that, and that is why my account is basically more geared towards raids, because I'm not low. I'm not going to say I'm low, collection power, because I got like 3 million. So if I call this low, then it's low for like all these people who are way ahead of me. But it's not a low amount. 3 million, I think. I think there's a lot of people who are below me as well. So I don't want to call 3 million, a very low amount. But in the level that my alliance and me are playing, it is not a high amount. So if I can do that with, this basically, then if I can get to, rank 1 on Ultimus 7, out of the guild and still have the lowest collection power, because I'm going for the higher sustainability to go and push me through the raid. I don't need to do a lot of damage. I just need to stay the fuck alive to keep on getting nodes. Basically. And sure, you guys can go and do whatever you guys think is best for you. And obviously, if you have like insane red stars, if you have 5 characters with like 6-7 red stars, and somehow they're kind of meta, and that works better because fuck it, they're so loaded, it's like a 500k team. Then you go for it, because that works as well, But I'm happy that I got rank 1, like maybe 2 days, 3 days that I'm playing this team, and boom, rank 1. I think I spent 50 heals on Invisible Woman. She died on one of the nodes that I charge my storm. So I use a different composition. It's like the first 3 nodes. And it sucks. It sucks because you need to. Well, I like to charge storm because I'm gonna use Phoenix as basically cannon fodder. At the start of node, like preheating the node or whatever. But I wanna switch to 1 team or maybe 2 team. Maybe this plus another, let's say X-Men hybrid-ish kind of team. So maybe, I don't know. I want to use Phoenix, but if this team is just this much sustain and just goes through everything, then fuck it. Maybe I'll just bench the X-Men and keep with this team. So right now, I love this team. They go very well, and it's a very high node, as you guys saw. It was not like the first, second, even third node. It was like the 6th node, was it? Yeah, besides the mini bosses, it was the 6th node. So having fun with this team, and I hope you guys have your fun with whatever team you guys are using. But I coined Ultron Angels and G Showers. He keeps on calling them a different name just to mess with us. But that's like the funniest shit ever. Because you go through the Alliance, line or Discord, whatever you guys use, and the funny shit people write. It's like that's what's actually half the fun. Well, maybe not half the fun, but it puts fun into going into reading all this shit about their lives. You need this, you need that. We gotta do this. We're pushing. Great, but when you have like a funny break, when guys are just laughing, that's what I like about an alliance. People laughing in between pushing and shit. And I think that what makes a good alliance a good alliance. But because if you're in a shitty alliance and no one's speaking on no platform whatever, and so you don't actually feel the connection, and you don't really feel like, well, fuck it, I don't give a shit about these guys. Why should I spend 50 cores on something, right? So it's important. It's important to keep it like a community-ish type of thing. But of course, you only do that in a very egocentrical way of the act of like, yeah, I want this to be a closed communal thing because I want all you bitches doing your fucking best. Right? It's not like for the benefit or like having this harmonious group of guys. No, I want this thing to work so we can push harder. So you guys all do your best. So that's a very different way of looking at things, I'd say. But anyway, so you guys, probably no one actually got to hear that rant. It's insane. I'm not even sure what it just said. But probably no one. I mean, like, no one stays, like, to the end of the goddamn video. I think, well, I believe. So I'm good. Anyway, I'll see you whoever is watching next time.